So this crab here is about to shed its shell, or it's in the process of shedding its shell. You can see at the back end of her shell, away from her eyeballs, the dark line. That is the new crab poking out. And you can see on her left hand side she only has 3 legs and a little stump. The new crab will have all 4 legs. I'm very happy that she's being so public about this. I've only seen this happen once before. It's pretty fascinating. And as soon as she's out of her shell, we gotta capture her and sequester her, because the other crabs will come try to eat her. They will come from all around because they smell a freshly shed crab. When they smell that, they know that's an easy meal. And these are just regular, I guess maybe green shore crabs. They're pretty docile, pretty tame. Some of the other shore crabs, like the line shore crabs, the purple shore crabs, they're monsters. They'll dismember each other and eat each other, even when they haven't shed. But these guys and girls, when they've just shed, all bets are off. These crabs live in very close quarters in colonies. You find 50 of them under the same rock, kind of hiding in the mud, filter feeding. But when one of them sheds, all bets are off. I'm not sure why she's moving around. Seems like she's at a pretty sensitive time. I think if she hasn't picked her spot by now, she doesn't have much time left. Maybe I'll unplug the bubbles to get a clearer picture. Okay, I unplugged the bubbles. Meanwhile, let's look around the tank. There's another very clever crab who has decided to ride up the side of the tank on a snail. You can see this is a pretty small tank. It's a 2.5 gallon little saltwater system with a just an air hose into a sponge to filter the water and provide oxygen. Charlie, hey Charlie, do you want to see some crab shed, or a crab shed its shell? I know. We have an anemone in here. So the crab we're looking at, he or she is about half the size of a dime, an American dime.
Okay, I can do this. Woo!
So she's just taking her time, but it's about to happen. Some children would be fascinated by this, others a bit more blasé. Let's take a look at the anemone. It's got a little scrap of food over there. This is a real beautiful anemone. It really likes to live on this mussel.
Are you making another CrabTV.com video?
That's right, Charlie, for CrabTV.com. I mean, Critter Girl. Do you want to see this crab is shedding its shell?
Oh,
You want to see a crab shed its shell?
I can do like I'm helping Mom fish them.
Oh. Well, Charlie, there's also a crab that is sitting on a snail trying to get a free ride.
This one? This in that corner?
And here's some other anemones.
Oh no. Oh,
I suspect these anemones are just a little version of this anemone, but I don't have any way of knowing for sure. In this tank we've put a couple couple specimen boxes, just to keep the anemones together and to keep this mussel from keep the barnacles out of the sand. Because if the barnacles are in the sand, they die and they smell like low tide. I just put this tank back together yesterday.
I can walk to over here. Here we go. This green one or the dirt one?
You can see when the anemone catches a little bug. And this tank, I consider it very healthy because there's so many little tiny microscopic bugs in the water. Right there. That one just zoomed by the anemone. And so you can kind of see them all over once you start looking. The anemones eat those, I presume. And they also love fish food, just regular fish flakes. And the bugs seem blithely unaware of these monstrous predatory sea anemones. Uh-oh. Some action's happening.
We need to a corner. I want the fish to a corner. And then stop my head onto the corner. Pull off my body onto the corner.
Make sure you're heading the right corner over.
Okay, so tell me which corner to be after this.
What's up the lighting? Can you move,
Righty.
put down right on the sheet? Yeah, kind of like that.
This one, right? That's the left.
Oh.
And this is the right.
Unfortunately, I have to do it.
This way.
Okay.
No go. Head over to each corner. We can enjoy it up. Here we go. Whoa.
Okay, so here's the top view. You can see the new shell. It's so clean and brown. It's got some spots on it. It seems to be
Let's get all of your stuff off the floor. So, can you move the pillows up here?
Okay.
Yep, you can see her butt poking out there.
I put a blinker.
She's trying, she's pushing.
I'm gonna bring my water in. Can you set the pillows up and I'll come?
Mom, come take a look.
I can refresh.
This is the money shot.
Here.
Did you see at the bottom of her butt?
Yeah.
Those are her legs. She's wiggling them out of her regular legs. You can see her regular legs are going clear. Charlie, you want to see this? This is really magical.
Take a movie.
Okay.
Yes.
Few people have ever seen this. There we go. She's all wiggly. Here she's all wrinkly. She has to fill that up with water. Now she's going to be bigger. She's very vulnerable, so we'll have to put her in a special container.